Hi guys, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. I am Taya Sophie, the Relaxed Bee, and I'm taking you all on the journey of managing my hair as well as recovering from my current hair setback, which is CCCA alopecia. All right, so in today's video, I'm really going to talk about 5 main things that I feel has been helping me through the recovery process. If you're more interested in seeing like day-to-day updates of what I actually post, follow me on my Instagram. I will post the link up here, and make sure you just stay tuned for more content. Thank you. So in my last video, I talked a bit about a start of the hair loss process, and I had mentioned briefly about diet, nutrition, and hydration. So starting off, very easy solution that you could start focusing on. First thing that we're going to be prioritizing, at least going forward for the rest of the year, is diet and hydration. So as you can see, I have here with me my fancy Stanley. The goal is to try and get at least 2 or 3 of these on a daily basis, and just making sure that we're staying hydrated as much as possible to help not just internally but also with our hair growth. In addition to hydration, the next thing that goes with that is eating really nutrient dense foods. So I will be doing a lot of posts on Instagram on a day-to-day basis just to show you guys the types of things that I like to eat. I've shared some of the recipes that I've been using, especially with my green smoothies, the types of Nigerian dishes that I also like to enjoy that are very nutrient dense, so like efo riro, efo elegusi, you know, like the local stuff, and just obviously continental dishes that I like to enjoy, some salads and things like that. And I will be sharing a lot more day-to-day on my stories on Instagram, so make sure you guys give me a follow. My healthy hair journey is definitely scalp massages. I've always known scalp massages were good, but the other thing that I felt like I was underestimating is how often I should be doing them. So we're going to target attempting to do scalp massages almost on a daily basis, not necessarily with oil, because I find that oil gets my scalp to be a little bit overactive, but just making sure we're getting that blood flow to the scalp. A scalp massage stimulates blood flow. It helps with sebum production in your scalp. So honestly, if you're doing a scalp massage quite frequently, you don't need to use oil as much. If you have a sensitive scalp like me, where you're prone to itchiness, you're prone to just that soreness, that tingling, I would say only use an oil for your scalp massage when you know you're going to be washing your hair in a few days. Otherwise, you're either going to dry out your hair, or you're going to have that itchiness that would just come from that product buildup on your scalp. So that's something that I have learned, is not having to use oils in my scalp massages all the time, but still making sure that I'm going in and actually just stimulating that blood flow, because the blood flow actually does help your own scalp produce its own natural sebum, which is almost all that you need for a healthy hair growth. And the final thing that I definitely will be focusing on to really help in my recovery from CCCA, I would say, is really streamlining and prioritizing my DIY processes. So my DIY processes have spanned from using fresh aloe vera, using rosemary water, using rosemary oil, using a henna treatment. Like, it's all over the place. I'm alternating between henna and protein. It can get really overwhelming, but I've prioritized like the main things that I know I need to be using. Oils will still be a very big part of my DIY process, so be it using oils overnight before I wash my hair, or even just using oils just on my wash day with my deep conditioner, and sometimes just using it to seal the ends of my hair when I actually have my hair out of a protective style. So those are the few little ways that I feel like I would still be using oils consistently in my routine. The next thing is, like I mentioned previously, is using scalp massages. So massages will still be part of my DIY remedy. I'll show you guys a video of how I now do my scalp massages. I have notes down here, that's why I'm looking down each section, so don't be distracted by that. So the next thing I would say is green tea. I've heard green tea is really good to take internally. I'm a big coffee drinker, so adjusting to green tea is going to be an experience. let's say that. But I will attempt to start taking green tea. I'm not making any promises, but green tea, I've heard, is really good and has a lot of DHT blocking ingredients that help with just managing hair loss. So I'm going to start trying to drink green tea as part of my daily routine. And then finally is still just using like holistic herbs. So I'm not going to be stopping my holistic herbs, but I will slow down on the DIYs to an extent. So I would still be doing my DIY oil mix. Obviously, I would still be using my henna. That's not going anywhere anytime soon. Aloe vera is still going to be a staple in my hair care routine, and rosemary for sure. So I'd say those are the four that I will still be including in my hair care routine, but there'll be a lot less experimentation because right now my goal is to nurture the health of my hair and also retain a lot more length. So 2024, we're coming for you. We're all about the length retention goals. So if you guys are with me, stay tuned for a lot more content and we will do this together. Then I'm definitely going to be focusing on for all of 2024, and I will share with you guys just my length retention process as I go through this hair journey, is using multivitamins. So I experimented a lot, I would say, in 2023 with the different combinations of multivitamins. Today you hear biotin is what everybody needs to be using, 10,000 UI or whatever. Tomorrow it's all iron. Next tomorrow it's selenium. The next thing you know, we need zinc. The next thing, everybody's vitamin D deficient. It was a lot of information, and I would say I experimented with using like single dose of each of these single multivitamins that everyone attested to, and I realized that complexity is the enemy of consistency, and just making the vitamin intake that complex just hindered me from actually making any progress with being consistent, if that makes sense for you guys. So what I ended up doing is I just found a really good multivitamin that I could actually use on a day-to-day basis. I will post a little snippet of the video here or a picture so you guys can see. And just using a multivitamin that I felt was like really high in percentages with all of these micronutrients is helpful in just making sure I'm just taking one tablet a day, which is a lot easier than taking 10. So that was one. And I would say the main things from a multivitamin perspective that is really helping me is I opted for a prenatal multivitamin because I find that prenatals tend to have a lot better concentration. The quality of the ingredients tend to be a lot better as well, just because obviously pregnant women, and just their extra ingredients there, especially with the omegas, that I appreciate and would really, really help, especially with hair growth. So a really good multivitamin, preferably a prenatal, I find has been really useful for me in my recovery process. The second type of vitamin that I've been taking is a probiotic. I mentioned about having the symptom of having an itchy scalp, a sore scalp. A lot of that has been attributed to some type of bacterial imbalance, which is either triggered by the amount of sugar that I'm taking in, so processed sugar. I notice also that when I take dairy, sometimes I feel it almost immediately or the next day in my scalp. And then the other thing that I would say I noticed is just that my gut health. So probiotics have been something that I've started adding to my multivitamin intake. So I take a multivitamin prenatal, I take a probiotic, and then I also take an omega-3 pill just to help in that omega-3 supplementation, which honestly, if you get a really, 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 really good multivitamin, you're good. I would just add a probiotic just to help with the gut bacteria balance, because every digestive process, every process of nutrient absorption starts from the gut. So you need a healthy gut, which is the whole essence of actually using a probiotic. Next one that I would say I've been actually doing, and I plan to continue doing for the remaining of the year, is managing a very consistent wash and condition routine. So you guys may or may not know, but I'm very experimental. So today we're trying henna, tomorrow is rosemary water, tomorrow now onion juice. Like, YouTube is a fantastic place with an overwhelming amount of information, but honestly, playing around with too much, I find has actually caused more harm than good to my hair. So the goal now is to maintain a simple, consistent routine for my wash, my moisture, and my massages. And we're keeping it as simple as that. Like, my wash day isn't going to have like a 10-step process anymore. It's going to be very simplified, and I will be sharing with you how I'm simplifying that process a lot more on this channel. So I would say number 3 is simplifying my wash and condition routine, but still staying very consistent in how often I'm washing and conditioning my hair. So meaning we're not going more than 2 weeks without getting some type of conditioner in our hair, and that's key for just maintaining length. And that was it. That was really the essence of this video. I wanted to talk to you guys about some of the changes that I would be making in my hair care journey for the rest of 2024. I hope you guys all stay tuned just to see how we make that progress throughout the year. I will be posting a lot of videos and a lot of pictures on my Instagram, so do make sure to follow me on Instagram at The Relaxed Bee, just so you can see like my length progression, especially, and how I'm actually managing my hair on a day-to-day basis. If you've enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up, give me any comments or shout outs as to what you guys would like to see next, and make sure you're subscribed to my YouTube channel. Thank you. Bye.